Would you say you hate Russians now?
Mm, mm, she sent me the voice messages saying that our city was bombed. And on that moment, I realized that life will never be as it was before. Nothing ever united us as much as the war. And now I really feel how powerful we are. So I'm Katya. I'm from Ukraine, not so big city in the western part of Ukraine, Lutsk. And currently I'm just dreaming to become a filmmaker. So I can say that I'm in the start of my professional career.
When did you leave Ukraine?
So yeah, like on the 3rd of February, I came to visit my friend in Germany. And I planned to come back to Ukraine in the end of February. And I had finally a flight on 24th of February. So I woke up on the first day of war and realized that I'm not coming back because the war started.
So you canceled your flight?
Yeah, my flight was cancelled.
Okay.
I woke up, I opened the Telegram, the chat with my mom, and she sent me the voice messages saying that our city was bombed. And on that moment, I realized that life will never be as it was before, and I realized that deeply inside I already knew that I'm staying here in Germany, and I will start planning my life here now.
So you will stay longer in Germany?
Yeah, I have been living here already for the last 3 months, and I finally got a permission as a refugee to live here for 2 years. So I can leave the country, but I think that Germany will really be the home of mine for the next 2 years, at least.
And you already learned some German?
Yeah, actually, I learned German at school. Then at university, I was studying actually German philology, and then but I didn't like it. I quitted university, and now I continue Deutsch zu lernen.
Sehr gut. We all know about the war between Ukraine and Russia, which led to thousands of Ukrainians fleeing to different countries. Could you tell us your personal story?
Yeah, so yeah, basically the thing is that I came here before war. I was super lucky, and then I just decided to I had no choice to come back even. So I just started planning my life. My friend that I was visiting at the same moment when we learned that the war started, suggested me to move to his house because he was coming back to his home in Hessen, in little village in the mountains. So yeah, and in this way I just joined his family, and now I'm just living in the German family, hearing to German, speaking every day, drinking beer, watching German televisions. So yeah.
Cool. And is your family still in Ukraine?
Yeah, so my mom is the only person who moved out of Ukraine. She moved to Poland, and she was really lucky to get help. She is in the hostel. She was super lucky to find a job, and and she just has even a food that Poland provides for her. But it's really crazy because she moved to Wrocław, and for example, after the war started, there are 200,000 people that moved to Wrocław, and when I'm going for a walk in Wrocław, every third person just speaking Ukrainian. That's a bit crazy for me.
And do you have male relatives who participate as a soldier now?
Not relatives. I don't have relatives, but I have very close friends who joined the, it's called National Guard. When people don't have experience, when guys don't have experience, they at first join National Guard, they are taught how to fight, and then in the future they may be sent. But I hope that they will never be sent to the hot spots. But luckily none of my other relatives are holding the gun in their hands. And also, I forgot to mention that all my other family members are staying currently in Ukraine. I was super lucky to be born in the pretty western part, and there is no place where is this completely safe in Ukraine, but at least my city is the place that you can call somehow safe. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think one day you can forgive Russia for this war?
So like at some point of war, I think during April, which was like one of the most disastrous months, I think, in this war, because the city Mariupol was blocked and they were just bombing it every single day, just sending 40 rockets. And Mariupol was not the only place, but it was it felt like it was the epicenter. I really felt that. I felt disgust thinking about anything connected to Russian culture, including language, and songs, any art, and of course Russian people. But being here in Berlin, I couldn't but meet Russians, because the city is just so international, and I already met some Russians who understand what hell is going on. And I recently met one girl from Moscow, but when I said that I'm from Ukraine, she was greeting me very warmly and she was supporting me. And most of Russians that are here, they immigrated because they understood earlier than other people what shit is going on in their country. And they just realized that they have to move out, not even having war in their country. They immigrated because they understood that their government is just going crazy and limiting their rights, freedom.
What do you think about Vladimir Putin?
I imagined a lot of time shooting him with a gun. I just thought that if I saw him and if I had a gun, I would shoot his head. I don't know. It's just a dream, and I know, I can't imagine how it's not possible that some people just organize this, murder of him. I don't know if it's even possible, but I think that the question is not who Vladimir Putin is now, but what led him to who he became, what he learned at school, what people surrounded him, what books he read, what environment made him be the person he is now. And that's the very crazy thing for me to imagine, how a person can. I'm sure that he was a little boy playing in the garden with the ball, and now he got this. And that's crazy for me, how a person can evolve in this way. So I hate him with all my heart. I think that the earth would be better without him. But, and I think that eventually he will fail, and maybe he will, in the end of his life, he will at least admit that he was wrong in some way. Maybe that's my only hope.
What do you think is the reason why he started the war?
Yeah, because he never felt like Ukraine deserved to be independent. That's also about like the history that he learned. Like Ukraine was like never like Kiev Rus of 13th, 20th century. He never saw Ukraine having this history. He believed that Kiev Rus was like only his history, and yeah, that Ukraine just never had the right to like be a sovereign country. The thing and the most disastrous thing is that when we got independence in 1991 and we got our borders, Russia kind of promised to help us, to protect us, but secretly he already planned to be president, and secretly he was already planning this war for centuries, coming to Ukraine, smiling at our people. There is even interview where he speaks Ukrainian, you know, just showing how he likes our country. But at 2014, the mask was taken off, and he just showed us that when we wanted to go to Europe, and when we showed that we're seriously wanting to be independent, he just said, no, guys, I will kill you if you want to have this freedom.
The reason why he declared war, or he didn't declare war, but he sent the soldiers to Ukraine, is because of this Nazi theory. What do you think about this?
So yeah, the biggest thing is that as being a Ukrainian, I also don't know all the truth of my nation, and I don't want to reject the fact that there could be some conflicts in 2014 that started that made our nationalists, because we don't call them Nazi, but we have these people that are of national beliefs, you know. And when the Putin started sending Russians to the DNR, Donbass region, I just heard some stories. I just heard them recently that Ukrainian soldiers just killed Russians, you know. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard a lot. And maybe of this conflict, Putin called, it was just a good reason, a good excuse and situation that just made him call every Ukrainian Nazi. Also, the thing is that Putin says that he over-exaggerated the situation so much that he said that we're humiliating Russians, we're not giving rights, we are trying to Ukrainize our country as much as possible. He just made believe Russians that maybe this little conflict that happened there is what is happening everywhere. But in reality, 60% of Ukrainians speak Russian, and no one ever was judged for it. I have Russian-speaking friends. Yeah, I have Russian-speaking friends. And we talked we never had problems with me talking Ukrainian and them talking Russians. I never ever told them to switch because you are Ukrainian, you have to speak Ukrainian. If you are born in the Russian family and that's the language that you were brought up with, you have a right to speak it.
How do you think the war will end?
Yeah, so I believe Of course, when I will answer when the war will end, when the war ends, I base my thoughts on some experts in Ukraine, some politicians, on their predictions. But the one thing for me is clear that this war is not going to end really soon. It's pretty long-term conflict. And I'm sure that Putin, he didn't manage to capture the whole Ukraine as he planned. So I think he just switched to his plan B or C or wherever. And he's just now, I don't think he will just, I know for sure one thing, that our people will not give him the right to just captivate our lands, our any single region. So I think this can last like for years, and maybe it's not gonna be so big scaled as it was for the first 2 months, but on the east, I think that this war can last really long time till some compromises can be found. And I just hope that in someday just the Putin's, the Russians' military weapons can be, can end. I don't know, and I hope that nobody ever helps them to just get new weapons, so they will not have the weapon to so big amount of weapon to just destroy the whole country, That's my hope.
Speaking about the war, are you proud of Ukrainians, how they fight in the war?
Yeah, so as the war started, I think nothing ever united us as much as the war. And now I really feel how powerful we are. And it's crazy how Ukrainians now are helping each other in this times of war. They're just hosting each other all over the world. They're creating, they're protesting and just banning the organizations that are still supporting Russians and sending their products to these big industries. Ukrainians are just, pushing the world. Our government is making great politician job, but our people are really just pressing, making this power to show the world, that what is going on is really terrible. So I think I never was so proud to be Ukrainian as now. Слава Україні!
Cool.
I'm super proud to be Ukrainian, and I bought this flag on German eBay, and I paid some German 10 euros because I couldn't find the flag anywhere. But now, I can wear this in the street, and I'm never afraid whenever I go to say that I'm from Ukraine,
Would you say you hate Russians now?
It's so hard. Okay, I don't think I ever hated someone, in terms of in the situation of war, I really can say I hate them, but when I think about the hate itself, I just think that I'm trying to understand how they managed to end up being like this, how the whole nation is okay with being brainwashed by the government. And I'm sure that some people just don't understand that the shit that they see in TV is wrong, and they're just living with it. And I just believe that, yeah, because of the Russian is so big and there are so many people, and like 5% of Russians speak English. So 95% of Russians consume the television stuff, and they believe in it, you know? So, like, before I hate, I understand why this is happening. And I understand that I cannot come to Russian and just say, after so many years of propaganda, I can't just come and say, hey guys, you're wrong. You're not doing a good thing. You know, it's like a fate of this federation, of this Russian Federation, to have this herd of sheep. That's how I see them, you know. But yeah, I don't want to, you know, have the hate in my heart because of the history and all this. I'm just trying to, you know, do everything for my country, first of all. Not spending too much time on hating.
Do you think you can be friends with Russian people again?
Yeah, I think only with those who will say me, I hate my country. No, I hate like Putin, or those who frankly with all their heart support Ukraine. I think I can, you know. But but I don't feel like life's gonna put me together with Russians a lot. I hope maybe it will not happen very often that I meet Russians and I wanna just be friends, you know. There are a lot of pretty cool Ukrainians that I wanna be friends with still, that I never met, so yeah.
So do you want to go back to Ukraine one day?
Yeah, so for now, I decided, for now, like I was living for the last 3 years in Kyiv, the city, the biggest city of opportunities, and now the city is a bit empty, you know. A lot of creative people moved out, a lot of just creative parties just stopped working out, and being here in Berlin, being here in Germany, I realized that like now I'm only 21 and I need to grow as a professional, I need to grow as a human being, and I better do this here in Europe and then come back to Ukraine, spreading my experience with younger generations. But now I don't feel I can go back to the country. I feel I'm better at growing as a personality, and now coming back and bringing something than going and just living in this unawareness what will happen if the rocket will just strike in my home, you know.
Are there any last words you want to say to the world?
Yeah, I just want the world never stop supporting us, and I just want the world to believe in us, you know. Like, we want to be with Europe. We are really cool guys. There are so many talented people in Ukraine who are ready to create, to make up new ideas, to bring them to the world. We just need, you know, the opportunities to do this. And of course, just, you know, now we need really good weapons. So that's the biggest request of Ukraine now. Just give us good weapons. We will fight against them, because I don't know when this war will end, but it doesn't mean that you can just leave us alone fighting with the biggest country in the world, you know. Please support us, believe in us, help us, and we will not let you down.